What's going on, everyone? And
Hello,
Nihon. This is the podcast where I myself, Christian,
And Clayton.
Andy Hub.
talk about Japan. Have you guys ever got into comic books?
Yeah, I didn't really read much as a kid, but I started reading a little more in college. I started reading some like Batman comic books because I'm really into like the Batman films, and I watched a little Spider-Man as well. So I read a lot of Spider-Man comics as well. What about you, Clayton?
I really got into comics when the Marvel movies started. And so much so that I ended up working in a comic book store for 3 years.
Oh wow!
What? No way.
So I've read tens of comics.
What is your favorite?
My favorite comic book, or my favorite comic book series, or my favorite comic book character?
Your favorite comic book series, I guess.
Series. I really liked the rebirth of Superman.
Okay.
So it was after the New 52 when Rebirth happened and Superman had his son Jonathan Kent, and it was just him being a super dad, and I thought that was super cool.
And that's played by Henry Cavill, right?
That is played by Henry Cavill. Yes, in the comics.
Sounds like a nice slice of life.
It's so cute.
Was there a lot of action?
There was, but my favorite issue was I think issue 7, where they just went to a carnival. And that was the whole issue. It was so cute.
Nice. Okay, how about your favorite superhero?
Superman or Flash or like Captain America. I like the good guys.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
people are always like, Superman's boring. It was like, he's not boring. Just put him in a complex situation, and then it'll be interesting.
Just put him in a room full of kryptonite.
Yeah, there you go. And then it won't be boring. He'll just be asleep the whole time.
So, with like comic books, do they have like can you pick them up at any time, or do you have to start at the beginning?
You
Or
can
does
pick
it depend on the series or what?
It depends on the series. A lot of time, like with DC, they'll do crises. So things will happen in the universe, and then the universe will start over, per se.
Oh.
And you could start new there. Or they have little arcs, like 7 or 8 issue arcs, and then when that's done, you can start over at a new issue, and it's a new story.
Just
But
kinda like
if
a
you ever want to
book,
get into comics, just pick up a comic book. Pick a character you like, look on the Wikipedias, and
Yeah.
see a story that you think might be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super easy now.
Yeah, because
That's cool.
they do. I know DC does a lot of digital comics now. They even have like a subscription service, right, where you can read their stuff online.
Yeah, Marvel does too.
They do.
Yeah.
Marvel or DC? That's the question.
DC characters, Marvel movies.
I didn't know you could choose that.
Yes, yes.
I thought it
you
was
can choose
black
whatever.
or white.
It doesn't have to be a one or the other. You can love multiple things.
You can, yes.
That's cool. Okay, I respect that. Nice.
What about you, Christian?
I've never actually got into comic books, but manga, are you guys familiar with that? Like Japanese comics? I guess it is comics.
I think it's pronounced manga, but okay.
Yeah. I've seen those before. They're like basically the Japanese version of comic books, right?
Yeah, basically. When I was younger, I used to get those Shonen Jump magazines in the mail. It's just the Japanese, I guess, comics, like a really thick volume of it in black and white. And they had like Naruto, Pokemon, and all that kind of stuff, Dragon Ball Z. And I used to buy them for the Yu-Gi-Oh card that would come in the back.
What?
Wait, what?
That's awesome.
Yeah, because it was like a sealed manga. And then, just in the back, they have like a Yu-Gi-Oh card of the month or whatever. I don't exactly remember, but I used to be really into Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh man,
Compete at like tournaments and stuff like that.
that's pretty cool.
But yeah, so not exactly like traditional comics and stuff, but Japanese manga. I would say at a young age I got into it, but I never really thought of it as like, anything different than just like a picture books.
Oh,
Yeah, but those manga are what I grew up with. And of course I watched the Saturday morning cartoons or the anime that they had.
yeah.
Did you guys ever get into those?
Are we talking like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh,
Yeah.
Digimon?
Yep.
Oh, Metabots. I remember Metabots.
I've never seen that one.
Digimon.
Oh, it existed.
Okay.
I don't remember anything about it.
I was more of a Pokemon guy. I never really got into Yu-Gi-Oh
Yeah.
or Digimon. I grew up with Pokemon.
I love Pokemon.
Okay.
Oh, favorite Pokemon, quick!
Mine's War Turtle.
Mew.
Oh, nice. Christian?
Mew.
How about you?
What about you?
Jigglypuff. In Smash Brothers and everywhere else.
She's too OP.
That's awesome.
So then
Yeah,
what's your favorite manga, Christian?
My favorite manga is Naruto. Anything Naruto, Boruto, I love it all.
Okay.
Nice. Ehab, do you
Yeah.
read manga?
Just a little. I would say my favorite manga would probably be Hokuto no Ken, which is Fist of the North Star.
Oh, okay. Oh,
It's pretty
nice.
old, but yeah, I
Yeah.
really enjoyed reading that one.
80s, right?
It's 80s, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Old school.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah. I noticed in the West, though, they kind of like label people as anime or manga lovers.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys noticed that? Like,
Mhm.
it's almost like it's, how do you say, like a subculture kind of thing? Like, oh, you guys like manga, or what's your favorite manga kind of group? But in Japan, I'd say just about everybody consumes it because there's so many genres of it.
Yeah.
Like, most of what people read or watch in America, it's like, what we already talked about, Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and stuff like that. But in Japan, like, I think you'd be surprised to see that, of course, they have Shonen Jump, but they also have, like, girls manga, sci-fi, cooking, LGBT, like, literally any genre you can think of, they have manga for you.
Yeah.
And to say manga is for children is like saying, like, Family Guy or The Simpsons is also for kids, which, I mean, just because it's a cartoon doesn't necessarily mean that it is, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, one of the coolest manga is Berserk, and that's awful.
Yeah, I've actually never read it. What's not good about it?
Oh no, it's amazing. It's just super
Oh.
violent and super adult.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, it's interesting because like even in Japan, like you'll have like gory or like like kind of like action packed like mangas, but even in Japan, the kids will still read that. While like in America, it's kind of like the opposite. We wouldn't allow our kids to read such stuff. So I find that interesting. There's a difference in culture and how they perceive certain things.
Yeah, I heard before smartphones took over the world, everybody on the trains in Japan used to bring a manga, and if you would look around, everybody would be holding a manga in their hands, just reading
Really?
it, going to work. But now, if you look around, I mean, yeah, there's smartphones. People are playing like games and stuff like that, or reading the news. But I think you'd be really surprised to see how many people are still reading manga on the train.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, it doesn't matter the age. It can be 15, 20, 60. Like, there is a genre for you, something that you're interested in.
Yeah, for sure.
But something that also kind of surprised me is apparently they have manga universities in Japan that prepare
What?
students to work for like a manga company in the
Wow, I
future.
did not know that.
That's super cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a pretty famous one in Kyoto too. But from what I understand, if you want to work for a manga company, you don't necessarily have to graduate from one of those manga universities. But of course, I think a lot of people say that it helps you because you like network and you also gain like basic skills for, let's say you were starting from the ground up and you had no idea where to start from. Maybe that might be a good place for you, but I'm sure if you know somebody, they can kind of teach you what you need to do to prepare to like get into a manga company.
Yeah.
But they're very strict, like really strict. If you want to work for one, you basically have to bring something that you wrote and show that to them, and they get to decide right then if they think you're worthy enough of hiring.
Oh, wow.
Interesting. That's kind of like your application.
There's a couple other routes too. I think that's more of the traditional one to bring your work to them. But because of the internet, if they find something that you wrote online that you're, putting out there, if they like you enough, they might call you in for an interview too.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, Clayton, you better start making up that Superman manga.
Opening scene. Interior.
Don't call it Superman
Just
yet.
call it Superman.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Or you can call it
And just give him like a
Super-chan.
breadhead. Super
Super-chan.
Super-chan.
Breadhead. What is he, Anpan?
breadhead. Yeah, like Anpan Man.
Anpan Man.
Or more like
Yeah.
Shokpan Man.
Oh my god.
That's a good one.
Super.
I like
He's
that.
super. One of my high school kids wants to be a mangaka.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he even drew me a picture of Baki, the brawler.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
What is that from?
Baki the brawler.
It's,
Oh.
yeah. Bucky.
Okay.
But yeah, he did such a good job, and I'm so interested to see how it goes. 'Cause he's a really good artist.
Yeah. Is he one of those kids that likes to draw on his notes in class?
Yes.
The manga?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's interesting that you brought up about like how many people read mangas in Japan because like even at school, you see a lot of students during their break time they're actually reading manga and they'll usually have one like under their desk, you know, and they're reading it, and I find that interesting.
I think it's super awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I think more people in the States need to read. Unfortunately, I feel like they're forced to read a lot of boring books, and that's why they hate reading.
Oh.
But, like, if we can just totally, like, erase that negative stigma of, like, reading comic books in the States, I think that would be so awesome to see people read more of that kind of stuff.
Right? One of the best defenses I had heard when I worked at the comic book store was people would say that comic books are silly and are stupid, but one of the customers was like, I don't think so. It's like combining three mediums into one.
Which
Like
are
books, comics, and art.
okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's really cool. And I think that's why so many people in Japan love reading.
Mm-hmm.
Too, is because it's like, I don't know, they had a good introduction to it. And so I would honestly argue that like reading comic books and manga is a good thing. I love it.
Yeah.
I actually took a history of manga class too.
What? That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like reading manga as someone who's trying to learn Japanese because I don't know what a lot of the words are, but if I can get context through the pictures, it's like, oh, blah 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 is this.
Right, put A and B together.
Yeah, especially with kanji. Like, I don't know what this kanji means.
But then you misinterpret what you read. Like, you're like, yeah, that ended up being his father. No, that wasn't his father. That was his brother.
Oh no! Oh, Chi-Chi meets Papa.
But then that means that the next time you read it, you're like, wow, my Japanese got that much better that I actually understand the story now.
You should
Right.
start with something lower, like elementary school level, and then you make your way upwards, and that actually can help with your Japanese.
I picked up Doraemon and I picked up Yotsuba To.
I don't know Yotsuba.
Okay.
I just know the Doraemon.
She's the little green-haired girl.
I think I've heard of her.
Yeah, super cute. Easy to read.
That's good. That's very good for you. Like, start small like that.
Yeah. Right? Because children's books are hard. There's a lot of onomatopoeias in there, and it's like, I don't know what these mean.
Right.
And then
They
it went
love their
Tadaka Dadaka, and I
onomatopoeias.
was like, what the hell is Dadaka Dadaka?
I only know Pika Pika.
Yeah, Pikachu!
Do you know what the chew means?
Kiss!
It can mean kiss, yes.
See?
But it can also mean, it's like the sound that mice make.
Yeah.
Oh, they're constantly kissing.
Yeah, because Pikachu always kisses ass, right?
Yeah!
He's always kissing on the cheek.
There you go. That's funny. I like that.
Let's take a.
I'm
what's
gonna
that?
write that down.
Oh, the kissing. It's
Yeah.
a little off topic, but did you guys know that Ash Ketchum in Japanese has a different name?
Isn't it
Yeah.
Satoshi?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
Satoshi, which I find interesting. He doesn't even have like a last name, just Satoshi.
What does Satoshi mean?
It's just a name.
It's just a name.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh.
I just find that funny.
Did you know Pikachu's name's different in Japan too?
What is it?
It's Pikachu.
Don't peek at me. I'll peek at you.
Oh, I am Lord.
Is that what this has turned into?
It's just puns.
Puns. Yeah. Oh man, that's funny. I like that a lot. I actually wrote that down.
Oh, the Pikachu. That's hilarious. Satoshi.
But yeah, just going back to taking a big step back to working as a mangaka
Uh-huh.
or a manga artist in Japan, it's actually a really demanding job. Let's take the popular manga One Piece, for example, that has over 1,000 chapters. So you have a lot of fans because this has been going on for a couple decades now, I'm pretty sure. And I'm sure like they look forward to them coming out whenever they come out. So you have to like, draw your manga and get it checked and get it through like a lot of people before.
Editors and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
editors and stuff. Yeah, so it's a really demanding job. I think that's the kind of company where people would have to bring sleeping bags to work so they can finish their work in time.
Definitely has a lot of crunch time.
I know.
Yeah.
I think before it used to just be like one person doing it, but now I think Oda has a team of people who help him.
Interesting.
Nice.
And right now they're on vacation for the month of July. Good
Yeah,
rest,
Yeah,
they need it.
get some rest. Get some shut eye.
right? Because remember Berserk? The mangaka died.
Oh no.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, yeah. They worked really hard. It's really sad.
Wait, how did he pass away?
I don't remember it saying,
I see.
Okay.
or the dude who made Hunter x Hunter, or Yu Yu
Oh.
Hakusho.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
He's always like in fragile health,
Oh.
Yikes. Oh,
Relax.
man, people work so hard here.
right? Let people relax, everyone.
That's like a prime example of a job that a lot of people want to be when they grow up, but at the same time, it doesn't really pay that well either. I think the average salary for a manga artist is only like $40,000 a year.
Wow, that is
Oof.
pretty low, actually.
Yeah, because I think a lot of artists, like, since their work doesn't really get popular, they don't really get a lot of money from what they sell. And so, unless you're like a really famous manga artist, like the ones that did One Piece, Naruto, and Pokemon, I don't think you're going to make a lot of money from it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's hard. And a lot of mangakas are just done by, or I'm sorry, oh my goodness. A lot of mangas are just done by one person, the mangaka. So they'll do the sketching, the shadowing, the inking, and then the words too.
That's a lot of
But in
work.
They
America,
do the words too, huh?
yeah. In America,
Wow.
we have the artist, the storyboard person, the inker, and then the text person.
Yeah, they're separate, right, for comic books?
Yeah. So in American comics, a lot of times the stories might seem detached and not relevant to what just happened in the last issue. But with a lot of mangas, it's one person coming up with the story the whole time. So it can be like they planned it from the beginning.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, they do plan it well in advance. Even one thing that actually kind of bothers me, but it's just part of the game, is so you have to wait a couple months for every volume to come out. And so then you read through it in like an hour and then you're like, wow, that was really good. And now I have to wait a couple more months to find out what happens next. And I guess that's just how they keep you engaged for years and years and years and decades.
Yeah.
Damn these cliffhangers.
It's like episodes, I mean, like when you watch on TV.
Yeah. You gotta leave them
Yeah.
wanting more.
Speaking of which, one thing that I thought was really cool was every popular anime that you see on TV, it was originally written as a manga.
Mm-hmm.
And then months or years go by and then they make the anime version of that.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting you bring that up because, like, originally I've only seen Fist of the North Star or Hokuto no Ken as an anime, so I never read the manga. So I wanted to practice a little more Japanese, and I picked up Fist of the North Star, and that's how I kind of got into. I got into manga through anime.
That's awesome. I'll always remember his sound effects for his little punches.
Oh yeah. Omae wa mou shinderu.
Nani?
Is that is that the anime that it's from?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I didn't know. I've never even heard of it.
Oh, you never heard? Wait, you never heard of Hokuto no Ken?
Never.
Are you serious? It's like
What, you think I'm an expert on manga?
You'll see it everywhere.
One of my fourth graders does that to me all the time.
The punches.
He'll like
Yeah.
poke me a bunch and then say the line for the meme.
Yeah, it's called Hyaku Retsuken, like 100 punches.
Okay. Which do you like, the manga or the anime?
Dude, the anime is really old, so the animation, like, don't get me wrong, like, I enjoy the animation, but it's kind of cheesy sometimes. But
Okay.
I think I like the manga more, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the manga a lot.
See, yeah, it's so much easier to watch it. The only thing that I really like about manga more than anime is that they have a lot less fillers.
Oh, yeah.
So like if you want to get to the story, you can just, open the manga. And also like I was talking about before, how they write the manga and then they do the anime.
Yeah.
So if you were to read the manga, you can get further in the story.
Yeah, yeah.
Poor Christian with your Naruto.
I
It
know.
was like half of it was filler.
I know. Yeah, I just saw something for Boruto or whatever. I think one of the reasons why a lot of people don't like it is because the first 180 or something episodes, only 18 episodes are actual part of the
Are you
story,
serious?
and the other like
Wow.
160 are just complete filler.
Oh my god. That's terrible, dude.
Yeah.
That's too much.
So I started reading the manga, and I actually really like it.
Oh my god. I've never heard so many fillers in anime like that.
That's ridiculous.
But with that being said, I think it would be really cool to hear your guys' top 3 manga. Who wants to go first?
Sure, I can go first. I didn't really read many mangas, but like one of the very first ones I read was Hadashi no Gen.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Barefoot Gen.
Hadashi no Gen. It's a story basically of like the Hiroshima bombing, and it was a really impactful story, and I really enjoyed that one. So I would say that's one of my top threes. Hadashi no Gen. I think it's called Barefoot Gen in English. And
Yeah.
I would say number 2 would be Fist of the North Star, Hokuto no Ken.
What's that?
Oh, God.
And then I would say number 3. I didn't read much of it, but I kind of got into something called the Yowamushi Pedal. It's a cycling manga or
What?
anime. I just read a little bit, not too much of it, but I would say those are probably the top 3.
Is that about the little kid who has glasses?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I know that one.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. How about you, Clayton?
Haikyuu, number 1. Volleyball.
Nice.
Love it. Number 2, One Piece.
Okay.
I only recently started getting into it, and it is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It's a bunch of fun. And then probably JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
That one's crazy.
That's awesome.
JoJo and Fist of the North Star are actually kind of similar to each other. They came out around the same time, so there's like similarities.
They did. They were both muscly men fighting for the righteous cause.
Yeah. What about you, Christian?
For number 3, I have to put Yu-Gi-Oh! Just because I got so into it that, like, I mentioned before, I used to travel around California, and I had, like, a team, and we used to compete at, like, regionals and nationals and stuff like that.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, so that was a pretty good one. Number 2, I would say Pokemon, just because who doesn't like Pokemon?
Gotta catch them all, man.
Yeah, and I mean, the manga's really good too. I would recommend people to at least pick that up because I know everybody's seen the anime.
Uh-huh.
And then number 1, dun dun dun, Naruto.
Okay.
I've read it like 5 times.
What's that one about?
Ninjas. Yeah, but I think that's a good place to end this manga episode. Clayton, is there something you want to say to the listeners?
Sure is. Thank you guys for your support. If you want to, you can follow us on all social medias. And if you also want to, you can subscribe or follow to us on whatever platform you're listening. If you feel so inclined, please give us a rating. 5 stars would be good. 5 stars would be better. But until next time, bye. Manga.